recording? Okay. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. So now we're going to begin, or we're going to review actually lesson 3 a little bit. Because alhamdulillah, I've noticed a lot of us brothers are eager to learn and move to the next lesson before we even get there. So inshallah, let's go a little bit backwards to move forwards, yeah? So lesson 3. Who can remember what we did in lesson 3? Anything. Solar and lunar letters. And how do you say those in Arabic? كيف تقول solar letters?
Don't say letters. Those letters is not in the name actually.
So
It's one letter in particular that's in the name.
But you say what? حروف الشمسية. And there's حروف القمرية, right? Solar letters and lunar letters.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Huruf? I thought it was called Lam. I thought it was called Lam Shamsiyya Lam Qamariya.
I mean, you could, but here in this book it's saying حروف.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's saying حروف.
I was taught wrong.
Yeah. No, you taught differently, huh? Let's do that one, huh? May Allah bless you. And then, Assalamu alaikum. We're just reviewing what we did last lesson, inshallah. And we had a lot of practice on the vocabulary. And like I mentioned, the vocabulary is something you guys have to keep up with. I can't keep up with it for you, you know. So inshallah, make flashcards, do Quizlet, do Anki, whatever you guys are doing, just to keep up with it. So there's a lot of vocab. I was going to test you guys on it, but I'll just leave that for now, yeah, inshallah. Now we learned our particular principle. And what was it? It was definite and indefinite. Can anyone tell me what definite and indefinite, what do these words mean? I don't know. What do they mean? In Arabic. Anyone know?
What's the word for it in Arabic?
Just what does it mean? Like, okay, definite, what are you referring to?
Like definite is like if you're talking about a table, you're speaking about a specific table.
Yes, exactly.
Definite is like just table.
Just any generic, general table. Yes, correct. So, how do you know if a noun is definite or indefinite? What's the differentiating or distinguishing factor of that? What's something that, when you see it, you know it's definite, or when you don't see it, it's indefinite? Perfect. It has al before it. For example, in my favorite example, yeah, al-baytu. That means it's definite. Favorite example. What about indefinite? How do you make this indefinite? Baytun. With the what? Tanween. And like we said before many times, that when you add the al in front of this, one of the dhammas gets knocked off. It's al-baytu. Okay, so that was a big principle that we learned last time. And what does this mean? Al-baytu?
The house.
The house. And what does this mean? Baytun?
A house.
A house. Alhamdulillah. So now, we touched on it in the last lesson at the end. On lesson 4, we're going to take on a lot of new principles, inshallah. One of the biggest principles, not biggest, but one of the principles you have to keep in mind is that there's 2 types of hamza. Now, I believe the brother asked the question last time. There's 2 types of hamzas. Yeah, 2 hamzas. Okay? Does anyone remember any of the names of them? There's Hamzatul Wasl. Perfect. So, Hamzatul Wasl. What's the other name? Hamzatul Qat'i. So, Hamzatul Qat'i. Hamzatul Wasl, that's the one that looks like this. Yeah? It has like the head of a sod on it, basically. And what's special about this one? What's special about this Hamza? Special thing about this Hamza is what? You don't say it, right. So we say that we assimilate it. we assimilate it. We assimilate it into the next word, or we merge it into the next word. Okay? Hamzatul Qat'i, on the other hand, we pronounce it properly. We pronounce it properly. So for example, and I'll use the example in lesson 4, we have fi and then al-bayt. So how do you pronounce this? How would you say this?
In the house.
Yeah, in the house, but how do you say it in Arabic?
Fil
Fil bayt. Fil bayt. So you see, we didn't pronounce this right here because it's Hamzatul Wasl. We didn't pronounce this one. We didn't say fi al bayt. We said fil bayt. Fil bayt. Okay, so that is Hamzatul Wasl. And we didn't pronounce it. Yeah, understood? Yeah? So that is the intro to lesson 4. That if you can know the difference between Hamzatul Wasl and Hamzatul Qat'i, it's gonna be easy, inshallah. Okay?
What's the second one?
Hamzatul Qat'i. The Qat'i. That's the one you pronounce. And what does that look like? I mean, it can be like this. Yeah? It can be like this. It can be on a wow, or it can be on a yeah, or it can be like in the middle of a word. That's what it looks like. Whereas Hamzatul Wasl, it has like this little mark on it, or it can have, we'll get there, it can have other vowel signs on it. But we're gonna get there.
Question is Hamzatul Wasl typically at the beginning, Hamzatul Qat'i typically at the end?
Yeah, so Hamzatul Wasl is typically at the beginning. For example, Hamzatul Wasl can only come at the beginning.
Yeah.
Can only come at the beginning. And when it does, I'm going to mention that soon. When it does come at the beginning, you have to pronounce it as if it has a fatha. For example, al-qamar, yeah? Right? Or like this one, yeah? Okay, what did I say? Al-Fajr, right? Al-Fajr. But now remember, this is Hamzatul Wasl. When I put something in front here, we're not going to say that then. We're going to assimilate it then, right? So yeah, exactly. So if I put, like for example, a wow, we're not going to say wa al-Fajr. We're going to say what? Wal Fajr. And we're going to skip this and basically pretend like it's not there. Okay?
Is it anything that comes before the word, or only like a harf that comes before?
It's anything that comes before, and that's actually a sign. We're going to talk about it in the next, literally in the next lesson, but you're going to understand why. Yeah.
Can I give an example for that?
You'll give one. You'll go, inshallah. Inshallah. Isbir, akhi, isbir. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to leave this up for a little bit. Let's proceed into the lesson, and let's get our feet wet with the lesson. Yeah. We did a little bit last time, but let's start. Bismillah. So it says ad-darsul rabi'. Ad-darsul rabi', right? The fourth lesson. And this fourth lesson is talking about prepositions. We talked about that last time. Prepositions. Okay? And why did I do this intro to Hamza? Is because a lot of it is in this lesson. Now we talked about prepositions. You would say. Huruf al-jar. These are called prepositions. Huruf means what? Particles, literally, right? Particles of pulling. Remember I said they pull whatever it is down. Remember? Okay, so for example, we had the example here. We had this example. Let's do. Sorry, writing's bad. What does that say? Fil masjid, right? Fil masjid. Now normally this is al masjidu, but since a preposition, fi, which means what? In. Since a preposition came before it, the dhamma turns into what? A kasra. Fil masjidi. Because it's been pulled down from a dhamma to a kasra. Yeah, you see that? So that is the principle that we're learning. So for example, it says al-baytu fil bayti, al-masjidu fil masjidi. Can you read the next one, brother? Yeah, al-maktabu ala al-maktabi. And you see that we're skipping that hamza al wasl. You see that? There's a little hamza there. Looks like this. It's not alif, it's actually hamza al wasl. Right? They just didn't write that little squiggly line on top of it. We're skipping that. We're going straight to the next word. Ala al-maktabi. Okay, we don't say ala al-maktabi. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound eloquent. Okay? As-sariru ala as-sariri. Yeah? Any questions on that one? We did that last time, inshallah. Yeah.
So why do we not say ala al-sariri?
Ala as-sariri. You do say that. Ala as-sariri. Yeah, ala as-sariri. Okay, part B. So we were at part Hamza in the book. Now we're on part B, or Ba, right? Now there's different lines. So there's a line here on the right side, and then the answer is on the left side. So who can read the first line?
Aina Muhammad.
Aina Muhammad. What does that mean? Do you know?
Where is Muhammad?
Where is Muhammad? So we already took a new vocab word. So I'm gonna erase this. Yeah, is it okay? You guys got it down?
So will we still say Aina Muhammadun or just Aina Muhammad?
Yeah, say Aina Muhammadun for practice. But what he said was correct too. Aina Muhammad, that's okay too. But say Muhammadun for practice. But look, we took a new word. Aina. That means where. Yeah? You're asking a question. Where? Like, Aina al-kitab? Where's the book? Right? Aina Muhammadun. Where's Muhammad? What's the answer? On the left side.
هو في الغرفة.
Huwa fil ghurfati. Huwa fil ghurfati. What does that mean? He's in the room. Huwa means he when it's referring to a person, something with a soul, right? Something with intellect. Or it can be it when you're referring to an object. Again, we know that nouns are masculine and feminine. Okay? So that's huwa. Fil ghurfati. He is in the room. So ghurfa means room. Okay? Next line. Who can read that one?
وأين ياسر؟
What?
هو
Yeah. Go on.
هو في الحمام.
Yeah. وَأَيْنَ يَاسِرٌ هُوَ فِي الْحَمَّامِ. So what does this mean?
Where is Yasir? He is in the bathroom.
Correct. Where and where is Yasir? He is in the bathroom. Al-Hammam is the bathroom. Next line. Can anyone read the next line?
وأين آمنة؟
Yeah. وَأَيْنَ آمِنَةُ
وأين آمنة؟ هي في المطبخ.
وَأَيْنَ آمِنَةُ هِيَ فِي الْمَطْبَخِ. What does that mean?
Where is Amina? She is in the kitchen.
Where's Amina? She is in the kitchen. So look at this. We took two things already in this lesson. Well, three things really, but look. Aina, huwa, hiya. Hiya, what do you think that means? She. So it's she when it refers to something with intellect, and it's it when it's referring to something that's irrational, without intellect. So hiya fil matbakhi. She is in the kitchen. And then next one it says Ain al kitabu. Where is the book? Huwa ala al maktabi. You see that? Huwa ala al maktabi. It is on the desk. So it's saying huwa, referring back to the book, because what book is mudhakkar? It's masculine. Who can read the last sentence on this one?
وأين الساعة هي على السرير.
Yes. وأين الساعة هي على السرير. What does that mean?
Where's the watch?
Where's the watch?
Sort of bed.
Yeah. It is on the bed. Yeah. Where's the watch? It is on the bed. And you know, sa'a has many different meanings. Just a side point, yeah. As-sa'atu, right? It can mean watch, like the one that I'm wearing on my wrist. It can mean hour, right? Like for example, in the hadith of Jibreel, it says, "Akhbirni an as-sa'a." Tell me about the hour. And the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, like, you know, the questioner does not know more than the one that's exactly. The one that's being asked doesn't know more than the questioner that's asking the question. Okay. Any questions on this? On what we just read? This little paragraph. Okay, inshallah. So now we're gonna go down. It says tamareen, the exercise. You know, we love these exercises, yeah? So this is gonna ask you questions from this paragraph. And this is the format of this book. That it has a nice story. Of course, the stories are short right now. Later on in the book, they get longer and longer. But it's gonna ask you to read the story. It's gonna ask you questions about it, and we're gonna learn some grammar points along the way. Right? So first one, it says, "Ain al-kitab." Where is the book? Who can answer? Who can give me the answer? Huwa ala al-maktabi. Perfect. What does that mean?
It's on the table.
It's on the table. The second one, it says, "Aina Muhammadun." Where's Muhammad?
هو في الغرفة.
Huwa fil ghurfati. Yeah, huwa fil ghurfati. That means he is in the room. What about the next one on the next page? Number 3. Aina sa'atu? Hiya ala sariri. It is on the bed. What about number 4? Aina Yasir? Aina Yasirun? Huwa fil hammam. Yes, huwa fil hammami. He is in the bathroom. And pause, you know, what are we doing? We're just referring back to the story that we read, okay? The answers are in the story. Aina Aminatu? Aina Aminatu?
هي في المطبخ.
Hiya fil matbakhi. So where's Amina? She is in the kitchen. Who can read number 6? This is a beautiful one, yeah.
آمنة في الغرفة.
Aminatu fil ghurfati. What does that mean?
Is آمنة in the room?
Perfect. Is Amina in the room? What would you say?
لا هي في المطبخ.
La hiya fil matbakhi. No, she is in the kitchen. Alhamdulillah, that was a nice sentence, right? Next one. Who can read that one? That one's exciting.
ياسر في المطبخ.
Yasirun fil matbakhi. Is Yasir in the kitchen? What would you say?
لا هو في الحمام.
La huwa fil hammami. What does that mean?
No, he's in the bathroom.
No, he is in the bathroom. Man fil ghurfati. Who is in the room?
محمد.
Muhammadun. You would say to complete it, right? Muhammad fil ghurfati, right? That's right too, Muhammad. You could say it with one word. Wa man fil hammami. And who is in the hammam, the bathroom?
ياسر في الحمام.
Yasirun fil hammami. Yeah, Yasir is in the hammam, the bathroom. ماذا على المكتب؟ ماذا that also means what? Right? We're going to talk more about this in the construction. Why is it this way? But for now, it means what? Similar to ma. Okay? There's a deeper meaning, but we'll just leave it for now. It's only book 1. But mada, it means what? So number 10, it's saying mada al maktabi. What is on the table, the desk?
الكتاب.
Perfect. Al-kitabu ala al-maktabi. What does that mean, what you just said?
The book is on the table.
Good, good. The book is on the table, the book is on the desk. ماذا على السرير؟
الساعة على السرير.
الساعة على السرير. Yes, the watch is on the bed. Straightforward, yeah? Let's go to the next one. Iqra waktub. With the correct vowelization at the ending. Who can read this one? Someone from this side of the table. Because you guys are on fire, yeah? Someone from this side. Get some practice in.
المدرسة.
Al-madrasatu. Don't worry, I had that same problem, man. I used to think that was mudarris, madrasa. I used to get confused. But when you see the ta at the end, it's madrasatu. Yeah, it's like school. Al-madrasatu. What does that mean?
School?
School. The school. Now the next sentence, what does it say? Zero.
في المدرسة.
Fil madrasati.
المدرسة.
Why is it T? Because of the harf jar, the preposition, fi. Okay?
In the school.
Yeah. In the school.
في البيت. In the house.
Fil bayti. Let's say the ending, yeah? Fil bayti. What does that mean?
In the house.
In the house. What about next one?
في البيت.
Al baytu.
The house.
The house.
الغرفة.
Correct. Al ghurfatu.
الحمام.
Al hammamu.
الحمام. في المطبخ.
Correct. Fil matbakhi. What does that mean?
The kitchen.
كيف تقول he is in the kitchen? كيف تقول he is in the kitchen?
هو في المطبخ.
Yes, هو في المطبخ. Perfect, man. Perfect. You're doing good. All right, who can read the next set of words? تفضل أخي.
I can't read it.
Inshallah, inshallah. No worries. May Allah make it easy. Man.
Inshallah.
Who can read it? Anyone? Al-maktabu, right? Means the desk. Ala al-maktabi, what does that mean? On the desk. Ala al-kursi, what does that mean?
On the chair.
On the chair. What about the next one?
السرير.
As-sariru,
The bed.
the bed. Perfect. What about this one?
على الكتاب.
Ala al-kitabi,
في المسجد.
في المسجد. So, كيف تقول? The pen is on the book.
القلم على الكتاب.
Perfect, man. You see? I mean, I know you know Arabic already, man.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, we're practicing and we can make simple words now. Maybe not enough to haggle the Medina and the Medina markets, yeah? But inshallah, we're going to get there. Okay. Iqra waktub. I'm going to leave this for homework. Basically, you got to read and write. Read it. It says, I'll just mention the new words from here. It says, At-talibu fil jami'ati. Right, so the student is in the jami'ah, which is the university. Let's see. And number 3, it says, I think we mentioned that, dukan, that's shop. Who can read number 5 for me? Let's do number 5.
أين زينب؟
Aina Zainabu.
أين زينب؟ هي في الغرفة.
Perfect. Hiya fil ghurfati. What does that mean? Give me the tarjima.
Where is Zainab? I forgot the last word. She is.
Yes, she is in the room. Okay, perfect. Next page. It says on number 7, أين المدرس هو في الفصل. Fasli means classroom. Like for example, you could say this is a fasl. You say what we're doing right now is a classroom, yeah? Fasl. That's classroom. Faslun. Okay, the next one it says أين ياسر هو في المرحاض هو في المرحاض. Mirhad is the toilet. Okay, so this is saying where's Yasir? He's in the toilet. Not literally. Yeah, not literally he's getting a swirly or something, right? No, he's just meaning he's in the room where the toilet is. What's another word for that? Hammam. So you can use both. هو في الحمام هو في المرحاض. Okay? Who can read number 9? That's a beautiful one.
الشمس والقمر في الساعة
في السماء.
في السماء.
الشمس والقمر في السماء. What does that mean? The sun and the moon are in the sky. Alhamdulillah. What about number 10? Who can read?
Man fil fasli.
Man fil fasl.
So what is in the classroom?
So that would be who is in the
who.
classroom. Yeah, man fil fasli. Man, remember? Man. We learned ma, we learned man. Yeah? Man is who. Ma and mada on what? Straightforward, right? Easy enough. Really, the biggest thing here is your vocab. The author is just teaching us vocab. You gotta keep up with the vocab. Otherwise, you're gonna fall behind, like quick. So what I suggest for every student, and even when you're learning other books, is that you come, before you even come to the class, you review the lesson. You review the vocabulary. Because you don't want to come to the lesson and this is the first time you've seen the vocab. You know what I mean? Because then you're going to be working double. You're going to say, oh, what does this vocab mean? I don't know. Oh my God, he's gonna call on me. I don't know what it means, right? So you want to review the vocab, review the lesson. Even if you don't understand the lesson, that's why I'm here. That's why we meet every Monday, for us to work through it together. But the vocab, that's what I keep saying, that's your part that you have to keep up with, inshallah. Okay. Any questions on that exercise that we went through just now? Okay. So we took a lot of new words. I'm gonna erase them because you guys should have written them down, yeah? My whiteboard's not big enough for everything, yeah? Okay, the next part. You see those two columns on the page? Yeah, there's a column on the left, column on the right. Can anyone read the column on the right? It starts with Muhammadun.
Muhammadun, Khalidun, Hamidun, Yasirun, Ammarun, Sa'idun, Aliyun, Abbasun.
Alhamdulillah. So you read these things. What are they?
Names.
They're names. Of who? Of boys or girls? Huh?
Boys.
Boys. Exactly. So that left column was a name. Are names. You say they're pronouns. Yeah. You say alamun. Oh gosh, man, I cannot write today. Alamun or alamun. These are what? Pronouns. Alam means a pronoun. Alamun means pronouns. This is the plural. Okay? So that's what the author is introducing us to. Alamun, a'lamun. Sorry, not pronouns, proper nouns, proper nouns. Proper nouns. And on the right, can someone read the proper nouns on the right? Aminatu.
آمنة زينب فاطمة مريم عائشة خديجة صفية رقية.
Perfect. And those are proper nouns for females, right? Now, do you see a difference between them two? Huh? The tanween at the end. Yes, exactly. The tanween at the end. So for males, in general, right now, most male proper nouns have a tanween at the end. Muhammadun, Hamidun, Abbasun, Anasun, Mu'idun, right? All of these male, masculine proper nouns have tanween right now, right? You're going to learn some exceptions later, okay? Now, the females, what's their distinguishing feature? Aminatu, Zainabu, Fatimatu. There's only one dhamma at the end. There's no tanween, right? There's no tanween. There's only one dhamma. So what do we say? We say that, okay, interesting. Male proper nouns, they can have tanween, but female ones cannot have tanween. They can only have a dhamma. Yeah. There's an interesting name for this. It is called mamnu'u min as-sarfi. You see here, look, preposition right there, yeah? Mamnu'un min as-sarfi. What this means is that it can't take a tanween. Okay? Ones that can take a tanween, they're called munsarif. Can take a tanween. Are you following along? I'm just explaining the difference. Okay? So we say for female proper nouns, Aminatu, Zainabu, Khadijatu, Fatimatu, they cannot take a tanween. So they're called mamnu'u min as-sarfi. Mamnu'u min as-sarf. Males on the male proper nouns can take a tanween most of the time. Yeah? They're called munsarif. They can take a tanween. Alright, so they're just showing you the difference. And look, if the author mentions some in what we just read. For example, it says, Aina Muhammadun. Right? Aina Muhammadun. And then it says what? Aina Aminatu. Aina Aminatu. Okay, so that is important. The author is very clever. He's introducing things to us one step at a time and building upon it in every single lesson. So, the next part. Who can read these proper nouns? Iqra waqtub. Let's test our knowledge. So I'll start, yeah? Hamidun, Zainabu, Aminatu. Who can read the next one? Ammarun, Sa'idun, Fatimatu, Maryamu, Aliyun, Khalidun, Abbasun, Aishatu. Perfect. Muhammadun, Safiyatu. Last one. Khadijatu. Perfect. Any questions on that? Yes.
So let's just say, like how we do this exercise right now, there's no tanween, there's no dhamma. Based off just like the word, how would we know if it's like a male or female? Like without prior knowledge, like if it's a guy.
You need a dictionary, man.
Oh.
Yeah, generally, like for nouns, you can determine if they're male or female from the ta marbuta, this ta at the end, generally, right? But there's some words that they don't have this, and it's female. So you gotta get a nice little big dictionary actually. Gotta get a nice big dictionary of Arabic out and see if it's female or male. For Arabs, it's within their blood. They know. They were born with it. I know this is female and this is male. They know it. But for us non-Arabs, non-Arab speakers, we gotta learn this. We gotta memorize it. Yeah. And the author is smart. He's gonna introduce more of these exceptions that you asked about in the next couple lessons. Okay. Perfect. And this is a very big, important lesson actually. Let's go to part B. Okay, the next page. Page 24. Okay, it says Al-Baytu. Well, everyone got this down? Everyone understand this? Yeah? I know it's a lot of new things being thrown at us, but you gotta just take it in. Okay, so the part B, you could say, al-baytu min al-bayti. It's introducing another preposition, min. This is really how you write it, min. But you see there's a sukoon, and I'm not trying to explain it too much right now, but look, if I write this, min, see something wrong with here. What's wrong here?
Cannot assimilate
You can't pronounce that. You know, it says min, you can't pronounce that. Someone asked me last time, like, whoa, you know, why do we change it? Why do we assimilate? This is why, look, you can't pronounce it. This is called iltiqa sakinain, meaning the meeting of two sukoons. And in the Arabic language, when two sukoons meet, you can't pronounce the word. You know, so that's why for recitation, for pronunciation's sake, the Arabs have changed that to a fatha. Min al-bayti. Min al-bayti. See that? So now it's, the eloquence comes back. The flow comes back. Okay, so al-baytu min al-bayti. Min means from. That's another proposition we're learning. From. Okay? From. Fi means what? I wrote it down, yeah? What does ala mean? Ila, two. Perfect. So we're learning these 4 prepositions. That's 4 more than we used to know, yeah? Alright, who can read the al-masjidu, and then what does it say? Ila al-masjidi. That means the masjid, and then to the masjid. Correct. Alright. So so we see the big story here now. Look, this is what the Madinah books do. They give you a nice big story, nice new words in there, and grammar points too. I'll be the mudarris. One of you guys, we can start with Zirak, and then whoever else wants to go, take turns, can be Muhammad. Okay, so. Min aina anta? Where are you from? Ana min al-Yabani. Right? Ana min al-Yabani. Okay? So look, if there's aina, we learned that just now. That means where. We learned min already, from. Right? So it's min aina anta, from where are you, literally. But what does it mean? Where are you from? Okay? That's you. Like you. Okay? We also learned huwa, he/it. We learned hiya, she/it. Yeah? And this is you when you're talking to a male. Min aina anta? And then you said what? Ana min al-Yabani. Ana, I, and this could be used for male or female. Like imagine, don't imagine, but if there's a girl talking about herself, Ana, then you use the same thing, Ana. If there's a male talking about himself, Ana, okay? So Ana min al-Yabani. I am from Japan. Al-Yaban means Japan. Wa min aina Ammarun. And where is Ammar from? Could be the next one, yeah? Who could be Muhammad now? Huwa min as-Sini. What does that mean?
From China.
He is from China. Huwa min as-Sini. He is from China. ومن أين حامد? ومن أين حامد? And where's Hamid from? What do you guys? Huwa min al-Hind. He is from India. Hindu, Hindustan, Hind. Huwa min al-Hind. Aina Abbasun? Where is Abbas? What? Kharaja. Kharaja. This is the first verb we've come across in the book. Now it's going to get interesting, okay? Kharaja. That's the first verb. It means he exited or he left. Okay? Who can read the next one? I know it's the mudarris. I'm done being the mudarris. What do you guys read it now? Yeah?
أين ذهب?
Aina dhahaba. What does that mean?
Where did he go?
Yeah, where did he go? Yeah? Dhahaba, that's the next verb that we learn. Dhahaba means he went. You see, it's past tense. Here it says, Aina Abbas. Where's Abbas? Kharaja. He left. He exited. Aina dhahaba. Where did he go? Yeah?
ذهب إلى المدير.
Dhahaba ila al-mudiri.
إلى
Perfect, you're reading good, man. Dhahaba ila al-mudiri. What does that mean?
one of the toilet.
He went to. Oh yeah, you're saying Mirhadi, right? No. Al-mudir is. Yeah, you could say like the manager of a company, or like the director of a company, or you could say head teacher, school teacher. Al-mudir. That's a head teacher, I would say, or even like director. Or you could say mudir sharikati. Huh?
Like principal?
Kinda, yeah, principal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, principal. وَأَيْنَ ذَهَبَ عَلِيٌّ. Where did Ali go?
ذهب إلى المرحاض.
ذهب إلى المرحاض. Translation?
He went to the toilet.
He went to the toilet. See that? Look, now we can start using the verbs. But again, book 1 focuses a lot on nouns, but the author is introducing verbs to us as well. Okay?
So this one, it didn't like say huwa dhahaba. Since it's like dhahaba, it's not necessary to say huwa.
Exactly, because the huwa is
But,
it's like implied. It's implied in the verb. Kharaja, and we're gonna get into it, but kharaja, just know that huwa is implied in this verb. There's a specific terminology, but we'll get to that literally next lesson. I'm gonna go through all of that next lesson. Yes.
I'll wait on the
Yeah, inshallah, next lesson. Yeah, next lesson. Because next lesson, we're not gonna focus too much on the book. I'm gonna be doing my own thing next lesson, inshallah. So I think for now we can conclude there. Just at the end of the story. But you guys can actually, let me see here, hold on. Actually, let's do this first exercise. And I'll just ask you guys. I'll just ask you. Min aina anta? Where are you from? Min aina anta? Did you give me the answer? Ana min, I'm from America or Pakistan. Yeah? So min aina anta akhi? Like you said, ana min Palestine. What does that mean? I'm from Palestine.
so properly it would be ana min al-Falastini.
No. It'd be I mean yes, properly yes. If you're saying the kasra at the end, yeah. Okay. Anta min al-Philippines? La. La, ana min Pakistan. Correct. Okay. Man min as-Sini. Who is from China here? Man min as-Sini. So,
ما أعتقد إن أحد
yeah, exactly. No one's from China here, but you would say, if I was to say, referring to the story, Man min as-Sini, who's from China, you would say what?
محمد من الصين.
Let me see here. Ammar. ومن أين عمار؟ هو من الصين. So it's Ammar min as-Sin. Okay? Let's go back to the story now. Min aina Hamid. Where's Hamid from?
هو من الهند.
What's that?
هو من الهند.
هو من الهند. Yes. هو من الهند. أين ذهب عباس؟ أين ذهب عباس? Where did Abbas go?
ذهب إلى المدير.
ذهب إلى المدير. Perfect. What does that mean?
He went to the principal, director.
Yeah, he went to the principal, head teacher, director, CEO. Just name the whole name the whole list, huh? All right, and then ذهب علي إلى المدير. أذهب علي إلى المدير? Did Ali go to the mudir?
لا ذهب إلى المرحاض.
لا ذهب إلى المرحاض. That was beautiful. You sounded Arab. لا, what does that mean?
No, he
Yeah.
went to the bathroom.
No, he went to the toilet. Yeah, and he put his head in. Yeah. No, I'm messing around. So alhamdulillah, we're going to stop there. I'm going to make a mark that is where our lesson is going to conclude today. Okay, so inshallah, next lesson we're going to pick up from where it's, I mean, you guys can read that. I'll make you read the next lesson anyways. So next time we're going to read number 2, number 3, all the way to the end of lesson 4. And then we got a big lesson ahead of us. So inshallah, to prepare, review all of the vocabulary, everything that we've taken so far, all of the grammar points we've taken. Inshallah, you know, if you've been reviewing, it's not going to be too much on you. Okay, we'll talk after the class. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, just keep reviewing, because next lesson is going to be a heavy lesson, inshallah. Okay, any other questions over what we've done today? Okay, then we can conclude there, yes. Yeah.